Louisiana, moments away from getting underway. The Hurricanes starting 11. Actually, we are underway. And the Hurricanes starting 11 will begin with Gray Wilson getting the start in goal tonight. Got her first start against FIU and was able to have a clean sheet. So we are underway here in Coral Gables. There is the Miami starting lineup. Ricky with Wilson in goal tonight.
How good can she be? I will not be surprised if we see the University of Miami play ball into her to get her confidence going. You're looking at number 2, Endall. She's going to be really good as we switch into Southeastern Louisiana lineup. Again, you're looking at a 4-4-2 position-wise. How good can they be defensively? That's going to be massive for the visiting side here today.
First meeting between the two squads. Hurricanes with a 2-game winning streak. Southeastern Louisiana will stay here in South Florida and play FIU over the weekend. And Ali quickly on the move for Miami. Hurricanes this season under Coach Masur. He wants to have an electrifying squad as it unfolds for him, but they're averaging nearly 9 shots a game.
Chance creation is never an issue for University of Miami, but the next step in that progression is how do you have the ability to find the back of the net, because you're creating those opportunities. So now, how do you take those chances and make the most of it? That's going to be really important for the success yet again for University of Miami, because you look at this Southeastern Louisiana side, they've scored 4 goals, but they've also conceded 3. So the right amount of balance for Nathan Gillespie is going to be key.
Blankenship, the goalie for Southeastern Louisiana. Wilson for Miami. First meeting between the two squads. Off to a good start here. Nicole O'Neill got her first touch. O'Neill, a player that the Canes will have to keep an eye on. O'Neill with a couple of goals so far this season for the Lions. Hurricanes defeated Missouri last week 2-1 and then shut out FIU 1-0. I think in both of those games, the FIU game and the Missouri game, Coach Masur's team was able to accomplish some of the things he likes to do, play in the opponent's end more often, be more physical, play with good tempo.
An attacking style of soccer that Ken Masur's trying to implement here, and he's pressed every right button to get the best out of his girls individually. The result of that collectively has been a lot better in terms of their result as well.
And right off the bat, Miami gets a goal early in the game. The icebreaker here, just 3 minutes into the game, and the Hurricanes have a goal. We'll take another look at this one, but a beautiful start for the University of Miami.
Fantastic soccer yet again. You play direct, and now you get numbers in around that 18-yard box. The ability for Grambo to do really well to elude her individual defender. You put a ball in a dangerous area, but it's the movement. It's the movement from Kyla Gallagher that is everything here. As an attacking player, how do you get goal side of your individual marker? The patient build-up. At the last second, she slashes across that near post. Slightest of direction, but a dream start in the first 5 minutes for University of Miami.
Grambo has been terrific, but Gallagher, wait to see if it was indeed Gallagher getting a toe on it. Grambo, the last couple of games, has had a couple of beautiful shots, and one was an own goal, and this one right off the foot of the toe of Gallagher to give Miami a 1-0 lead.
Now, what does the reaction look like for the visiting side and head coach Nathan Gillespie? Not what you want to go down a goal, especially on the road within the first 5 minutes. You're looking at your players, your experienced players, to get on the ball a little bit more, to take this sting out of the game. She needs to be really good, Haley Rose, as well in the back as a leader and organizing the players in front of her.
Grambo has been excellent for Miami. A transfer, one of the transfers that Coach Missouri is able to bring in. Often matched up with the other team's most dynamic player, but she's been a real playmaker for Miami.
She gives the University of Miami the ability to bring players into the game. Her service has been fantastic and always has a good feel of where to put the ball in a dangerous area. So if you're an attacking player, if Tori Granville gets on the ball, you need to get yourself into a more advantageous situation, because more times often than not, she'll put in a really good ball in.
Allie Rowe trying to mark Canali for the University of Miami. Here's Cerna, an experienced player, good competitor, Cerna. Cerna deep in the corner and loses possession. 1 goal to none for Miami. Another chance for Gallagher. Right now, Miami putting Southeast Louisiana under a lot of pressure.
Talk about the confidence for University of Miami coming into this game. 2 wins on the bounce, so you knew they were always going to have the momentum. First 10 to 15 minutes, like we mentioned, Joe, in the open, were going to be really important for the success. And yet another really dangerous set piece for the Hurricanes.
Rambo and Canali commiserating. An area where Miami feels like perhaps when they get into conference play, the set pieces would be something that would give them an advantage. That's well done right there. Nicely done. A little ooh-ah from the crowd, where the shot comes up a little bit wide.
2 players that are very creative in their own right and have a nice little relationship between Canali and Grambo. As she continues her run, no one marks her from Southeastern Louisiana. Unable to get that final touch to really ask questions of the goalkeeper.
Hurricanes get a goal from Gallagher early on here. .255 into the game. Gallagher with a bee sting for Miami. There's Gallagher with the goal. Gallagher, graduate student. Another one came through the transfer portal for the University of Miami. Played at Providence in the Big East. Nally trying to move forward. Last non-conference game for the Hurricanes, so they'd like to finish up strong in the non-conference. Look at the rest of September, Virginia and SMU at home, and then they go west, Stanford and California. They'll play Stanford first and then at Cal.
One thing that we've seen from the Hurricanes game after game is just the progression, the building blocks for Ken Messert. They've gotten better every single time they've walked across that white line, understanding who they want to be on both sides of the ball, and yet within the first 10 to 15 minutes here have been the better side.
Gray Wilson getting the start tonight, second start for Wilson. Foley started the first couple of games. Both have good hands, and right now good competition. There goes Gallagher trying to win that ball. Putting the Lions under a lot of pressure. Kozarski. A doubleheader for Kozarski.
And as University of Miami is trying to implement a high pressure system, if you are the Southeastern Louisiana Lions, if you have the ability to break through that initial pressure, there is going to be a real estate to operate in. Moments ago, you just saw tons of green grass to run forward, but now how do you connect that second pass? That's going to be really important for the Lions here today.
Wilson had 4 saves against FIU. That was her collegiate debut. Wilson was a high school All-American nominee. Nice pass forward from Canali. Here's a big shot. That's just a little bit wide. Canali had a chance to wind up and lean into that one.
Just so opportunistic in nature, Canali is, understanding as goal keeps a little bit off her line. Why not call my own number? Hits it really well. The shape that she puts on the ball does not miss by much. If that's on target, it's a second goal this evening for University of Miami. Just so clever, so audacious, and there's a reason why she scored 3 goals so far this season.
Well, that one just tailed off the last second.
Just bends it a little bit too wide of that goal mouth. So you just see understanding where the goal is at every single part of this game.
Throw in from Cerna. McCartney, one of the more steady players on the roster. McCartney off the right foot, connects with Cerna. Cerna tries to pinpoint it down the near sideline and runs out of room. Hurricanes with an early goal. Leading in 1 goal, then there's a takeaway. Might have something brewing here. Oh, tried to get it to Canali.
It's really good work yet again from Gallagher. Turning her defense into offense extremely quickly and try to catch out this Lion side as they're a bit unbalanced. She gets fouled in the process. Good start, the secondary forward.
Kozarski a little too much on that pass. Try to hook up with Gallagher again. Gallagher, very experienced player, Ricky. 75th game played here tonight in her college career.
And you can see it the way that she plays. She's very comfortable in the spaces that she picks up. Very comfortable on the ball. Going to beat you through 1v1 play, but also combination play. She's a big talking point, a really important piece for the success of University of Miami.
Tonight was her 12th career goal, and it's hard to replace experience in the big moments. Here, Canali again, trying to work some more magic. Another big moment for Miami, and that's just a little bit wide. Great resource for the coaching staff. First, we'll take a look at this one, Ricky.
It's just so comfortable in tight spaces, Canali is. That's one thing. It's a completely different thing when she understands, as she requires so much attention, draws in 3 Lions players. Now she understands there is a secondary option that has a better angle, unable to find the intended target. The first 15 minutes, you've seen a little bit of individual brilliance from Canali.
Seeing Canali, the freshman, Gallagher, the veteran player. You have big moments. It's always nice to have veterans on the field.
You learn from experience. You learn in terms of getting better every single day. and understanding each other's movements. Those two players have a very good understanding, much like Tori Grambo and Canali as well. Starting to see those little relationships start to form under Ken Masur.
1 goal lead for Miami here in Coral Gables. The Southeastern Louisiana program, through the years, they've experienced some success in 2020. They won the conference championship, went on to the NCAA tournament. They've made it to their conference tournament 4 straight years. Another chance for Miami is Canali, and it's deflected away. Isabella Walls became a shield.
Does very well, Isabella Walls, just to come across in the last-ditch defending effort to deny Canali her 4th goal on the season. But you just get a sense of this Hurricanes attacking unit playing with freedom. They have the ability to go and search the game and to create for each other and one another. That's good defending in the end from the Lions defender.
There's a nice corner chipped in there. Canali with a header that's deflected away. Gallagher with the left foot over the crossbar. My goodness gracious, Miami getting lots of opportunities here tonight.
Been asking a lot of questions of this Southeastern Louisiana back line. First it's Canali, and then it's Gallagher. It's a really difficult technique as this ball's coming down. She actually hits the crossbar. But those two players have been a handful early on in this match.
Blankenship has been under a lot of pressure here tonight. Canali trying to get loose, chips it toward the goal, and it is deflected away again at the last second. And again, I believe that was Isabella Walls that was a lifesaver. Saving their bacon here tonight.
Fantastic recognition from Walls yet again. As she realizes her goalkeeper's off her line, why not provide coverage? About a yard or two before it ends, and walks over that end line. Fantastic defending from the sophomore.
Here's another corner kick for Miami. When they get into conference play, I think Miami, you got to try to find a place to get an advantage. Maybe set pieces. Maybe some place where Miami can find some strength and maybe find some goals when they get into conference play.
As we're approaching 20 minutes here, Joe, we've seen how good they can be with the quality of service that Ken Masur has at his disposal. You put the ball in a dangerous area and you just cause a little bit of chaos between the goalkeeper and the opponent's back line. And then that's one thing. The second thing is now you can create through the run of play. You have a little bit more freedom in the attacking phase of the game. Players that have the ability to create for their self. And this team is playing with full confidence at this moment in time.
Edwards nudges it toward midfield. Endahl on the far side. Endahl, we've talked about in the past, very good competitor, gets up and down on both sides of the field. Here's Grambo. Played a big role in Miami's first goal here tonight. Sends this one toward Gallagher. Often wonder at the college level today in all of the sports, because of the transfer portal, how quickly not only do teams come together, but also individually for players. For example, Grambo from a Gator to a Hurricane, how long does that transition take? And it seems like for Grambo, it's happened in a hurry, and with each game getting better and better, more comfortable.
I think that's why preseason is just so important for the short season in college athletics, especially in soccer, because now you have 4 or 5 weeks together that you can really understand what the coach number one is trying to implement, but also the players that are around you. What do they like? Well, how do they like the ball at their feet? Those little tendencies that you can only understand through the run of play. As we take a look at the new Canes in town, so many different players coming in under Ken Mister and a new head coach trying to implement his identity. But so far, through about 5 games, this University of Miami side has shown that they can grow once they get better every single time they walk over that white line.
Did a good job really to get those players to come in here to the University of Miami to share a vision. That's not the easiest thing for any coach in any of these sports, but did a great job of looking for players that want to compete, maybe finish up academically here at the University of Miami, and of course do it in paradise. Hurricanes scored early on. In under 3 minutes in this game, Gallagher on a deflection from Grambo. Here is Cerna across the midline. Weighing her options, plenty of room. Kazarski hustling to get there. What we found out about Kazarski so far this season is she plays really hard.
Fantastic work rate on both sides of the ball from Kazarski. But yet again, Isabella Walsh has been everywhere through that back line for the Southeastern Louisiana Lions.
Hurricanes looking for their longest winning streak since 2017. Cerna with the throw in. Cerna playing in her 43rd career game for Miami, her 22nd start. I think we have a water break. It's a warm evening. So while we have a water break, let's take a look at the Hurricanes goal. The icebreaker here early on for the University of Miami. Gallagher got on the end of this one, Ricky.
Starts with a fantastic bit of play from Tori Grambo. She creates a little bit of space. Now she understands I need to put the ball in a dangerous area, and it's a movement right there from Gallagher as she slashes across that near post. Does not need to hit it hard, just simply redirect it on target. It gives yourself a chance. It's a fantastic goal for the University of Miami as they take the 1-0 lead here as we approach our hydration break.
Let's take a look at Southeastern Louisiana now. And they're down by just 1 goal. Nathan Gillespie, the head coach in his 3rd year. A program that has had success, been to the NCAA tournament, has reached their conference tournament, and won the championship of their conference. So a good tradition there.
They're having a very difficult time within the first part of this, first 45 minutes. Again, any sort of rhythm. It's been really sloppy in the back, and that's exactly what he's really telling that his girls. We need to play a little bit more direct and gain that real estate higher up the field. Sets up for a fantastic end of this first half.
Gallagher right now, the headline maker for Miami with the goal early on. Hurricanes with a 1-0 lead. Beat Missouri last week 2-1, shut out FIU 1-0, and have jumped in front here tonight. Got the jump start they wanted. A week from tonight, Virginia will be here. Really, the Lions have had a tough time mounting any kind of attack here tonight against Miami.
Will not be surprised if we see the Lions play a little bit more route one. Just to put a little bit more pressure on the Hurricanes in their back line. Moments just like this, how do you take advantage of a sloppy giveaway? You want to slow the game down, get your girls a bit higher, and put more pressure on Wilson, the goalkeeper, who has not really had much to do through this first half.
There's a throw in. Hurricanes with a takeaway. Hearn with a nice bit of defending. Canale, I think, was hoping the ball would have been a little more in her direction. Looked like she had already mapped out her course toward the goal, and now Southeast Louisiana punishes Miami. They score, tie the game at 1. Southeastern Louisiana University in Coral Gables has just leveled this game at 1. And just like that, they play the long ball in and a good, strong finish.
Just talked about the ability to play a little bit more direct and get yourself into this game. You play route one, you try to win the first ball, definitely win the second ball. Kelsey Fuller gets her second goal on the season, a play that we highlighted with her experience. Fantastic bit of technical ability. The way that she wraps her foot around it and simply guides it into that far post. No chance for Gray Wilson in the blink of an eye. It's 1-1.
Fuller levels the game. A shock to Miami's system.
A bit complacent in the back for Ken Vassir's side. It didn't really have much to do through the first portion of that first half. Need to be a little bit more tighter and compact as one defender challenges for the initial ball. Now the responsibility lies on the players around her to provide coverage and rotation. None of that happened, especially against a side that's had so much success in their short career for Southeastern Louisiana. Those little mistakes are going to punish.
So at 23 minutes to play in the first half, at the 23-minute mark, Fuller ties the game at 1. All level at 1. University of Miami wants to be the team that in dangerous areas takes advantage of mistakes, and that time, nice play by Southeast Louisiana. Have to give them their due credit. Responded nicely. Trying to race onto this one is Hood with a collision across the end line. Well, that certainly gives Southeast Louisiana a bit of life.
Now the momentum shifts for the visiting side. Going to be really interesting, the remaining 18 plus in this first half. If you're Ken Vassir, you're looking at the players in the center of the park just to get on the ball a little bit more and find that same success that you had early on. Whatever Nathan Gillespie said to his girls really struck a chord because the reaction has been fantastic.
Kazarski will play it back for Cerna. Hood moves it to the far side of the field. Now Cerna, let's see if she can move forward. Right at the midline. Hurricanes have outpossessed just about every opponent this season. Eventually, if you can outpossess your opponent, you can wear them down.
100%. You see a lot of the ball, but in doing that, now you want possession with the purpose. That's going to be the next step for Ken Masur's side. We talked about them having a plethora of shots every single game, creating opportunities, but now it's that final bit of quality to stick the ball in the back of the net, which is the hardest thing to do in this sport.
Rambo moves forward. Got a foul on Southeast Louisiana. Megan Morgan trying to carve a path through the defense. Morgan, a good goal scorer in her career. Morgan gets tripped up. And a little bit of barking from the sidelines.
Just provided a little bit of a spark. It's that right leg from the opponent, the back line. Really quick from Megan Morgan. Now you win a really dangerous set piece yet again for University of Miami, just to test the shape of the Lions here.
So a yellow card on Martin. But I think one of the assistant coaches, that might have been Jack Hartley, expressing his displeasure. Aimed a few choice words at our official, who did not take too kindly to that. Now McCartney, the steady Eddie of this team for Miami, as Nathan Gillespie tries to calm his sideline down. All right, here's McCartney. McCartney sails this one in, and just a little bit wide. Here's another look, Ricky.
She hits it well, McCartney. Just too much weight on this ball. You want that to end right on top of that 6-yard box. Caroline Hood makes the play on it, but there's just no secondary run towards that far post. So if you have the ability to crash that area, really put some pressure on the opponents here.
Landers comes in for Miami, as does Flynn. .15 minutes to go in the first half, and we are level here at 1.
You just see the Lions play a little bit more compact in their defensive structure, throwing more numbers forward and trying to force turnovers. Earlier in the first half, that front line would go, but that back line was about 20 or 30 yards behind them, so those gaps were massive. It's been a good little tactical shift from Nathan Gillespie's side to be a little bit more compact and keeping those lines tighter. Now you're affording University of Miami to be a bit frustrated because they're not finding the same success that they had early on.
A goal by Gallagher for Miami, and Fuller a goal for the Lions. Southeastern Louisiana, so far in their schedule, Grambling, South Alabama, and Jackson State. So by far, their biggest challenge of the season. And right now, they are level with Miami. Landers onto that one. Then Hood. Gallagher trying to get to it. McCartney, the steady Eddie, moves it left. .13 minutes to go in the half. Gallagher will play it back. Salas, one of the more experienced players for Miami from Green Hope High School in Raleigh, North Carolina. Salas scoping out the field, will take it right back. Moves it along the sideline, well done. Landers. See if Landers can come up with a cross here. Off the left foot. And lost it out of play.
Those are the actions that you're going to have to really come up with if you want to break through the mid to low block of the Lions here. You need that third man to go run, whether it's the up, back, and through mentality or someone just popping into that hole. So then you can draw out one of the defenders for the visiting side. Because if you play in front of them, it makes life very easy for Nathan Gillespie's girls just to move left, move right, and to stay into their defensive block.
There's a takeaway for Miami as Landers on the move. Under 12 minutes to go, knotted at 1-1. Gallagher plays it back for Huron. All of a sudden, seems like Miami's regaining some of their momentum.
Just getting on the ball a little bit more, changing the point of attack, and she's given her a nice little spark, Megan Morgan has. You want a really dangerous set piece as we approach 10 minutes left in this first half. You're looking for quality in terms of the service here from Tori Grambo.
Morgan had a big goal a year ago against Alabama. There's Grambo, she's been dangerous. Lofts it in there off the head, and a nice save. Diving save by Blankenship. Got her hands on that one. Squirted away from her momentarily. Here's another look.
Really good ball in from Grambo. Even better save from Blankenship. But now if you are Ken Missouri, you're going to ask your girls, where's the secondary run? Someone needs to be there for the rebound. But it's a technical save away from traffic. Fantastic goalkeeping from Blankenship.
Couldn't make the connection with Hood on that one, just outside the box. Coming up on 10 minutes to go. Level at 1. Busy night for Blankenship. Nice poke away by Gallagher. Playing both ends of the field tonight, doing a nice job.
She's been all over the field. I think she's covered every blade of grass here at Cobb Stadium.
Rowe flicks it in. Easy save there for Wilson. Miami scored at 2:53 with Gallagher. And then 23-27 left in the first half. Fuller scored. Rambo for McCartney. Quickly moves it toward the near side and gets it right back. Then Alarcon. Maybe telegraph that pass just a little bit. Good hustle there by Huron coming in. And now McCartney has it.
Just needs to be a little bit cleaner from University of Miami in this phase of the game. And it's just trying to build out through the back and try to bait out the Lions. Now, how quickly can you play in between lines? But you have to have the ability to find your intended target and do it at a really high tempo.
Hood goes sliding in. Make that Alarcon. Now Salas across the midline. Miami trying to win the battle of territory here and create some more chances in the final 7.5 minutes. McCartney with plenty of space for Grambo. It's a pretty good combination back there for Miami. McCartney and Grambo. Salas in there now. Cerna, when she's in there, that's a lot of experience.
A lot of experience. That's exactly what you need if you're University of Miami through your back line. Players that understand the success that's needed, especially in a difficult conference like the ACC. Also, as they can see the whole field now, you're looking for them to be leaders in terms of the organizational facet of the game as well.
Gallagher collects it, plays it back for Salas. Now Grambo tries to deal it forward. Now a long ball from Grambo. Flynn tries to get to it. Flynn is somebody that you highlighted last week against Missouri and comes from a really good soccer family. Sister plays professionally. Just needs a little more experience. Has a chance to be a really good player. Good chance to one of those players that can be a game changer.
We've seen glimpses of how good she can be. She has the legs to stretch the back line. She's very comfortable on the ball. I said it last time, Mel, I'll say it again for Ken Musser. How do you get her and Canali on the field at the same time? I do think you can throw Gallagher with them as well. And that front three is really dynamic and can cause some issues for any back line in the country here. Well, this is the massive difference that we've seen from the Hurricanes. They're just a lot more comfortable on the ball from years prior. Understanding where they are in the field, the decision making has been a lot better. Understanding, yes, we can play possession-based soccer. If there is an opportunity to play direct into our front line, we do not need a second invitation, and we've seen just that.
Here's Flynn, ushers it along the sideline. Tries to play it in for Landers. Coming up in the final 4 minutes of the first half, Gallagher with a takeaway. Gallagher trying to get through a thicket of defenders, through 1, through 2, through 3. Putting good pressure on the defense.
She's been the best player on the field for the Miami Hurricanes. Eludes 2 players, 3, 4. The 5th is the one that takes her down. You just see in terms of the confidence what a goal will do. She's been fantastic, Gallagher has.
Here's Grambo, assisted on the first goal for Miami. Grambo so dangerous, puts this one in on one bounce. Blankenship is there to gather it in. 3.5 to go here in the first half in Coral Gables. Flynn for Gallagher. Connects with Salas. Off the left foot, deals it to the far side. Rambo flicks it forward. Salas ushers it forward. Now it's Gallagher. Marshalling toward the middle. Nudges it for Huron. Rambo trying to pinpoint the ball back toward the middle. Trickles out of play. Miami will maintain the possession. Quick throw in by Salas. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the first half. All even at 1. Hurricanes might have something going on here. Let's see. Flint trying to get there. Take another look at this one. I think it was Walls again. She's been a human wall.
This left side for the Lions has been really stout in terms of their positioning. Rowe and Walls both understanding as one steps, the other one needs to shift over and provide coverage. That's a really good opportunity for Moore Flynn. Just her second touch sends her away from goal. Just a little bit of a glimpse of how explosive she can be on that front line for the Hurricanes.
1 minute remains in the first half.
Inside of 1 minute to go, first half. Into the 45th minute here. Final 30 seconds. Southeast Louisiana is going to feel pretty good about this if they hold on here for the final 20 seconds or so. Here's a late chance for Miami. Oh, look at this ball in.
9, 8, 7,
Good bit of defending at the last second by Southeast Louisiana. 5 seconds to go.
2, 1, 0.
And that is going to bring us to the end of the first half here at Coral Gables. Miami scored first, but Fuller equalized this game with tied at 1. Away we go. Right off the bat, Miami puts the Lions under some pressure. Quick throw in. Canali trying to work some magic with fancy feet. Right off the bat, and Miami scores just like that. Slip one's past. Miami's able to slip one past. Canali started it. I believe Endahl finished it. And Miami has a 2-goal-to-1 lead. Let's take another look at this one. There's Canali, Ricky as the architect.
Fantastic bit of skill, so comfortable in tight spaces, and actually an own goal.
Own goal.
You put the ball in a dangerous area, you get rewarded. Goalkeeper can't react quick enough, but yet again, very similar to that first 45 minutes. Dream start with not even a minute in, and University of Miami get their lead back here at Cobb Stadium.
Curran, a new goalie, and just like that, it's an own goal, bottom left. So Miami scores here in the second half for a 2-goal-to-1 lead. Well, Canali started with the pressure.
A lot more verticality now for Ken Messer and this University of Miami side. You have Canali playing centrally, Caroline Hood on the right-hand side, and JJ Endahl on this left-hand side. So all those three have the ability to stretch this back line of the Lions.
35 seconds in to the second half. Miami with a 2-goal-to-1 lead. We saw Curran warming up during halftime. That'd be quite a shocker to her, redirected from her own player.
That's a nightmare for a goalkeeper and any defender. When a ball's getting pumped into that an awkward area. We see another change for University of Miami. Foley will be the goalkeeper now.
So Foley, who started the first couple of games for the University of Miami, will finish this one. Had 5 saves against Princeton, allowed just 1 goal against Missouri. The 5 saves, a career high in that game against Princeton. Foley works it to the far side. Grambo playing on the near side here in the second half. As we watch the action. Kazarski tries to get it to Canali. Another dangerous situation for Miami. Canali goes flying in there at the last second. The goalie's able to pounce on it. Kendall Curran from Brentwood, Tennessee. Came off the bench and had her world turned upside down.
It's not easy, especially for a goalkeeper to come into a match of this quality. The intensity just happened so quick. No chance for Curran whatsoever. So if I'm both of these head coaches, especially with the goalie change, you're telling your girls to ask a lot of questions and continue to put pressure on them to see how quickly they can get up to game tempo.
Kazarski trying to get loose on the sideline and lets one fly. Another chance for Miami. That time Curran is up to the challenge. Kazarski I am told it's so competitive, she'll race you down the hallway. She was racing down the sidelines and nearly gave Miami a 2-goal lead.
It's a really good idea from Kozarski just to put the ball right on top of that 6-yard box. Really good save from Curran. Understand there is going to be traffic right in front of her to push it away from her goal mouth.
Hurricanes taking a 2-1 lead, 35 seconds into the second half. We mentioned tempo a couple of times tonight, and that quicker tempo, something Miami wants to get to, and that is not only attractive to those watching now, but perhaps future Hurricanes becomes very attractive. You just want to play fast.
100%. You want to play fast. You want to score goals, and that's everything that University of Miami has been able to do in the early stages of this 2024 campaign. Whether it's wide, whether it's centrally, you see players having the ability to express themselves and have fun, and that's the most important thing for a player. That's when you play at your best, when you're free and you have the confidence to go as you see fit. Kozarski's been a fantastic addition here.
Kozarski, a transfer in from Texas Tech. 80th game tonight, 57th start. Last year started all 23 games that she played in for the Red Raiders. Had 3 goals and 6 assists a year ago. Ramsey comes in for Southeastern Louisiana. O'Neal gets her rest. And Ollie trying to shred the defense again. That one is deflected.
Really good combination play between Caroline Hood and Canali. Each one comes to the ball, the other one breaks the line with their runs. Isabella Wall has been really good in between that back line for the Lions here tonight.
Alarcon, very talented young player, puts this one on the ground. Oh, that's very clever. Nice creativity there by Miami, and almost had another finish.
It's the second time that we've seen something come off the training ground from University of Miami. Everyone crashes towards the goal line. You bring every one of your individual markers out, and now you open up a passing lane to play on the ground. Almost executes it to perfection.
I think we even had a back heel pass in there. That's going to give teams in the conference something to think about. In fact, if you have a team that's very good with their set pieces, what kind of pressure does that put on an opposition, not only in the game, but also preparing for them? Here's another look at it.
Really well done. It's the run from Tori Grambo that starts off the action as well. Unable to get that final touch, but fantastic set piece. And like you said, Joe, it's going to put just so much pressure on opponents, because you have to understand that, yes, through the run of play that University of Miami can create, but also very dangerous with the amount of weapons that they have on any set piece. So defending is going to be really important. You cannot give and afford University of Miami any offensive set pieces, free kicks, corner kicks, because they can take advantage of it.
Endahl got rid of it and wanted to get it right back. Endahl, the transfer in from Duke. Plays very hard on both ends of the field. Endahl, really good teammate. Sometimes that's the #1 priority, right? Be a great teammate.
You want only good soccer players. You want good people in the locker room as well. To build a culture, to build a camaraderie all these young ladies have made.
There's Grambo off the right foot. Midfield. 2-1 advantage for Miami. Canali on the move. Endahl. Canali. Endahl gets it back into the box. Chips it toward the far post. Oh my! Another good opportunity for the Canes. Flying through the air, going airplane mode. I think it was Kozarski.
So we talked about the verticality for Endahl and the ability for Canali to bring players into the game. A nice little give and go, and it is Kozarski making that back post run. Fantastic bit of soccer from Ken Airside, but really brave from Curran as she understands the traffic is coming out that back post.
Caroline Hood in there as well, part of that demolition derby. An own goal early in this half has Miami in front. 2-1. Canali will play to the right side. Maybe a little bit overcooked on that one. Kozarski couldn't catch up to it. Southeast Louisiana right now playing on their back foot.
Unable to get out of their defensive third. Very similar to what we saw in the first half. The University of Miami came out firing, confident, putting pressure on the visiting side.
McCartney, Grambo. Grambo nudges it forward. Now Endahl ushers it toward Canali. Canali will play it in. Lots of space for Miami. Canali has it taken away. Endahl trying to hustle to get there, and does. Endahl, a nice move on the attack, flicks it in. Canali trailing the play. Endahl gets it back a little bit wide.
She's been causing some issues here on this near side, just with her ability to be direct and to have the pace. Very aggressive nature to start this half here for Endahl.
Curran has been under siege here in the second half.
Hurricanes are just playing with a little bit more of a tempo and aggressiveness. Stepping higher, forcing turnovers.
Injury timeout for Southeastern Louisiana as the Cramp Monster is announcing its displeasure. Bit of good work there by Hannah McCord, and then McCord goes down.
Hopefully she's okay to continue on. The captain for her side was in that central position.
So coming up with about just a little bit over 30 minutes, a little over half an hour to go.
Really good ball.
Right on the mark, Rendall. The Lady Lions have about 31 minutes to rescue themselves here in Coral Gables. They were able to steady the game and recover late in the first half, trying to do the second here in the trying to do the same here in the second half. Trying to withstand a hurricane.
The positioning for the University of Miami to start this second half that's been far better, more expansive in nature. We've seen Kozarski and Endall being high and wide, and what that does, that makes the field massive. So now you afford Canali the ability to operate in between the lines. Her and Caroline Hood, been quite the dynamic duo on that front line for Ken Messer's side.
Foley, who has come on here in the second half. What do you think from a goalie's perspective? When you come into a game in the second half, is that a big adjustment?
It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's very not easy because, yes, you can warm up all you want, but there's nothing like the game style, the game tempo, the game speed. Have to be tuned in mentally because you never know what's going to happen. Just like we saw, you get an own goal scored on if you are the Southeastern Louisiana Lions.
Flynn comes in for Miami. I think that's similar to when a baseball player comes in late in the game for a defensive change. Baseball gods always seem to find that player. Canali turning and firing. Just like here in the second half, early on, the soccer gods found Curran.
Yet again, a really good performance through this match as we are right under 30 minutes remaining from Canali. A handful. Always get that sense of hunger. She wants to score another goal. She's always looking for that half opportunity.
Hurricanes owning the territory game right now. Another chance for Miami. Here's Canali trying to get to her left foot. Now off the right foot. Canali keeps it alive. Gallagher was trying to get there. Here's a long one for a goal. Boy, what a strike that was. And Miami has a 3-goal-1 lead. Alarcon, I believe that was, with a tremendous strike and the goal and flashing a perfect smile afterward.
You just look at the numbers for University of Miami getting higher up the field. Canali at the thick of everything, but as this ball pops out, it's a dream setting for an attacking midfielder. You just step into it, you put your laces through the ball, head down, shoulders over it so it never rises and just stings that side netting. What a fantastic strike. Technical ability, top class from Alarcon, no chance for the goalkeeper, and she gives University of Miami their 3rd goal here at Cobb Stadium.
First goal for Alarcon, the freshman from West Palm Beach and American Heritage High School. I'm sure she has lots of friends and family inside the stadium tonight. Flashed a perfect smile after the goal, and it's a 3-goal-1 lead for Miami.
It's a fantastic strike. As this ball pops out, you just need to step into it and hit it clean. Does just that. Really good second half for Ken Messer's side.
Lachovich comes in now for Southeast Louisiana. Canali trying to keep it alive. How about the pressure on the goal that Canali put on the defense, and how much was she responsible for keeping that play alive?
Just so opportunistic in nature. We just got done mentioning that she always has that tenacious attitude about her game. Always asking questions, always putting defenders on their heels and putting pressure. Never say die attitude. She continues to try to look for the ball to create opportunities.
Three goal to one lead now for Miami. Season high in goals for the Miami Hurricanes. They've done the job here in the second half. And maybe looking for one more.
Just too many weapons in all areas of the field. We've seen Canali play essentially end on this left-hand side, Kozarska on the right-hand side. Now you throw in Alarcon from a central location. The ability to join the attack as she sees fit. There's so many different ways that University of Miami can hurt you. And here's another one, a set piece.
Alarcon from the corner. That one gets the side of the net. When you're building a program, starting over, like the University of Miami is, you're looking for game changers. Maybe they're finding a few. Alarcon, obviously Canali. These are the younger players, so we'll continue to look for game changers. That's how, when you get enough game changers, that's how you know you've got a dynamic program.
100%.
Here's another shot deflected away by Curran right around the crossbar.
Really good save here from Curran. No nonsense goalkeeping. As Warflin pulls up from about 20 yards out, has eyes for that far post. Really good acrobatic and that strong hand to push it up and over her crossbar.
And a fun second half for the Miami Hurricanes. Showing a lot of creativity here. Good opportunities. Ricky, I think Coach Masur would sign up for this in every game. 20 shots tonight.
That's success.
Quite honest with you, I can't remember the University of Miami getting 20 shots in a long time. 6 on goal, but 20 shots altogether, very impressive.
And just the way that they do it. We've talked about the different variety that they can hurt you. It's been a really good second half for that man and his side.
Got the hydration break here, but a 20-shot night so far. 6 on goal, 3 goals, and a 3-goal-to-1 lead. If you're creating that many opportunities in your opponent's end, you're going to be a problem for somebody.
100%, and it's games like this. Now, if you're Ken Visser, you're looking at your girls, especially the attacking players, to get that the momentum, continue to see the ball hit the back of the net. It's going to do a world of good for their confidence.
Here's the recap so far for the University of Miami. Scored early, right out of the gate.
And it starts with a bit of flair from Granville, and then it's a movement from Gallagher to create a little bit of separation, redirecting to the back of the net, and she opens up the goal scoring for University of Miami. And it's Canali. Talked about how important she is, the reigning ACC Offensive Player of the Week. You put the ball in a dangerous area, you get rewarded in a big of an uh-oh moment from Southeastern Louisiana Lions. And this is just top class from Alarcon. The way that she hits it, so pure and so clean. She just steps into it and tattoos this ball. 3 goals for University of Miami. A dominant performance thus far.
It's interesting watching the replay of Canali also, that if you're a young kid out there, what do they always teach you? Juggle, right? You saw her, a little bit of juggling there to try to shake free.
100%. How comfortable can you be with the ball in all facets of the game, whether it's in the air, whether it's on the ground? And the way that this game has really progressed, have to have the complete package in terms of aerial presence, technical ability on the ground, half volleys, everything comes into play when you're at this level.
3-goal-to-1 lead for Miami. Heading into the final quarter of our game, just about 23 minutes to go. Kazarski gets a rest. Neighbors comes on for Miami. Moore has checked in. Cerna logged a lot of minutes. Will get a rest. Fuller back in. Now a breakaway. Look out. Here comes Canali into the box. Canali trying to get to the left foot. Canali tries to play it to her teammate. A little bit wide. Here's the follow-up. Oh, and a nice save by Curran on a direct shot. Canali had options on that one.
Really well done from Canali yet again. So direct in her play. As you play this ball back across the dollar cone, very similar to her goal, the way that she approaches and joins the attack. But a really difficult angle in the end, and Curran does quite well to close out her first pros.
Well, you had 3 freshmen in there. Flynn was on the attack as well, got tripped up. Maybe a little look-see at the future for the University of Miami.
You just see how dynamic those 3 can be, and they complement each other very well. Feeding off the environment here in Cobb Stadium as well.
Canali, I think she enjoys being a Miami Hurricane. Interesting also, Canali and Alarcon are local players. They have some very good high school and club soccer played in South Florida. Always important to try to get the best ones to stay home.
Results like this, now you become a destination of a school. Young girls in and around South Florida understand that University of Miami finding success. I want to be part of what Ken Visser is trying to build here in the Hurricane program.
Canali has worked hard. And perhaps the cramp monster has made another appearance.
She's worked extremely hard.
She had a little help up from Carl. And Canali tells her fans, yep, she's good to go. Embarking on her University of Miami career. Becoming a fan favorite. So we'll get this started back up. 21 minutes to play. 3-1 lead for Miami. 2 goals here in the second half. Morgan back in now for Canali. Nice move by Grambo. Oh, that was very clever. Showing off her experience. Fancy feet. This would be a good way for the University of Miami to go into conference play. They had a very nice spring season and having a very good non-conference season. Setting them up for conference play. We know the ACC, how difficult that is.
Especially in the world of college athletics, momentum is everything. The confidence is everything. In a game like this where you score 3 goals, really good defending as well is going to do a world of good as you, like you said, Joe, you're approaching the ACC's start to play.
Hurricanes get 5 home ACC games. That will include Florida State. Defending champion. Got to try to find a way to defend your home field, your home pitch, and then go on the road and maybe off one of those set pieces steal 1 or 2. Play at Stanford, at Cal, at Clemson. Interesting what the schedule makers did to Miami. Go to Stanford and Cal, so go west, and then later in the season, go to Syracuse and Boston College. They get to go about as far east in this conference as you can go and as far west as you can go.
I hope Ken Mister has his freaking flyer miles. Rack up a lot of points.
O'Neal back in for Southeastern Louisiana. Here come the Canes. Morgan on the move. Takes it to the corner. Off the left foot. Oh, just a little bit twisted around. Had another opportunity for Miami right in the middle of the box here. Good opportunity. Almost the second goal of the night for Gallagher.
Very similar in the way that she scores her opening goal as well. Ball goes wide. Now it's her movement in around that 18-yard box to play off the blind side of her individual marker. Unable to get that last touch on it. She's been fantastic tonight for the University of Miami.
Grambo wedges her way in. Here's a shot, a score! I believe that's Gallagher's second of the night. What a wonderful finish that was. And it's a 4-1 lead for Miami. And that has the fans bouncing up and down and jumping all over each other. How about this one, Ricky?
Just so instinctual from Gallagher, and it starts with Tori Grambo yet again, but look how quickly she reacts. This ball pops out. There's no backlift on her shot whatsoever. Kern cannot react quick enough. There's a little bit of a deflection, yes, but you create your own luck as an attacking player. You react quick, you react first, you put it on target, you give yourself a chance, and you get your second goal in the evening and your second on the season.
Collector's item for Gallagher, a 2-goal night. That was well done. So a 4-1 lead for Miami. It's been a second half explosion for the home team. They have pretty much put this one to bed.
It's been all one-way traffic. Most of the action has been in the attacking third for the Hurricanes. You talked about this at halftime. Ken Mercer's side creating opportunities, but now how composed can you be in front of net? 3 goals to start this second half. Fantastic response from the Hurricanes.
Hallie Rowe back in for the Lady Lions. McCartney, a good bit of defending. Three goals in the second half for the University of Miami. Been good work here tonight between the veterans and some of the young players.
It's been a complete performance as we've in this 76th minute. Good defending, attacking players, being ruthless, opportunistic, instinctual in front of the 18-yard box.
22 shots tonight, 8 on goal. 4 found the back of the net. 22 shot night. Near side for Morgan. Halftime arrived. It was 1-1. 1 goal to 1 goal. 3 goals in the second half for the Canes. McCartney. Now Grambo wants it back. Gallagher. On to Alicone. Now into the box. Maybe a little slip and slide there. Inside the final 15 minutes, and the Hurricanes are still swarming. Been an eruption of Miami joy in the second half. 3 goals for a 4-1 lead as Rowe will throw it in. Here comes Morgan. Morgan on the attack. Morgan going forward. Morgan off the left foot. And Kern is there for the challenge. Morgan was as hungry as a wolf on that one.
She's provided a spark, much like that first half, coming off the bench. Ability to beat players 1v1 and always being a threat on this near side with her direct play. There's so much balance for this University of Miami side of players that want to get on the ball, players that want to run in behind. It's been a nightmare to defend for the Lions.
Right now, Miami having it all go their way. Morgan tries to flip it in toward the box. Nobody on the other end. Morgan's had to battle through some injuries. Juranovic will come on for Miami. Miami a 3-goal lead here in Coral Gables. Open ACC play a week from tonight against Virginia.
In number 12, Lazarus.
Miami's had 22 shots. Conversely, it defended well. Southeast Louisiana's had just 2. That's a bit lopsided.
And it shows through the eye test as well, especially in this second half. Not really affording anything going forward for the Lions. Haven't seen enough of Kelsey Fuller. Now tied with Nicole O'Neill with 2 goals apiece on the season. Coming into this game, a 3-1 win at Jackson State, so they were confident in their own right. This tells you how dominant the Canes have been since coming out of halftime.
Here's Morgan. Miami with a firm hand on the reins right now. A 4-goal to 1 lead. Inside of 12 minutes to play. McCartney, very good leader. Played well tonight. We're going to play it all the way back to Foley. Juranovic lost her footing. Morgan regains possession. Gallagher with 2 goals tonight. She'll grab some of the headlines. Canale's played outstanding, but Gallagher 2 goals for Miami. Alarcon got in on the Hurricane party as well. Now Edwards. Here's Flynn on the move. Another chance for Miami. Will Flynn get it back? Gallagher in the area. Gallagher has her foot on the ball. She plays it over. Juranovic has it poked away. Scoring in soccer, as you've mentioned, toughest thing to do, but sometimes I guess it can become contagious.
I thought momentum, yes, and through performances. Take a look at Riley Franklin, the defender for the Lions.
Now down to 10 minutes to play. The second half has been going all Miami's way, and Southeastern Louisiana coming up with no answers. Graziano into the game for Miami. On this corner kick. Poked away. Second bite of the cherry. Deflected away. Good tussle on the far side of the field. Good pressure. Neighbors right in the mix for the Hurricanes.
It's not only through the quality of their play as well, but it's the effort for University of Miami. The want to win second duels, to want to have that extra effort to cover ground, to pick up those second balls and win their individual marks. Been a fantastic half through and through for Canvasser girls.
There's Graziano. Off the left foot, lofts it in there toward the far post. That one a bit overcooked. Somebody's going to pick up a yellow card here. And once again, it's going to be the Southeastern Louisiana bench. We had a few choice words for our referee tonight. He's wandered over there a couple times.
Bench has collected more yellow cards than any single player on the field.
Hurricanes will be hoping for a raucous atmosphere here next Thursday night when they play Virginia. Sergio Gonzalez, our referee tonight. He's had enough of the flapping from the sidelines. A little bit of a chance there for the Lady Lions, but not much behind it. They've struggled here in the second half, getting through the last line of Miami's defense.
Just look at the way they scored their only goal in this match. You play a little bit more direct, and now you battle through your experienced player of Kelsey Fuller to win that second duel. Haven't seen the same sort of tactical awareness from this side from Louisiana.
Flynn tried to connect there with Juranovic. Hurricanes with a 4-goal-1 lead over Southeastern Louisiana. 3 goals here in the second half. A few more subs coming in, tail end of our game. What are some of the things that you liked about tonight's performance from Miami that they'll carry with them next week against Virginia?
I think it's been a complete performance. We see 6+ remaining here, but for Ken Masur, you look at it starts with the back line. Commanding their box, really good in terms of their positioning, their spacing, their balance. You get beat once, but since that, you've been fantastic and flawless. And then we'll pop up into that midfield line. The ability to keep the game moving, to move the ball from left to right, because there was a little bit of a lull in this game when the Lions sat into mid to low block and really made life difficult. But you found a way to find real-time solutions, and now you afford the players higher up the field to be those game changers that you would want them to be. And they were just fantastic and ruthless at finding the back of the net.
Good opportunity for Ken Masur to play a lot of players here tonight as well.
Also players to get into rhythm, get some minutes underneath their legs, and also rest some players that have had a lot of minutes through the first 5 games. But yet, through the rotations, the quality has never dropped. The mentality as well from University of Miami, continuing to look for that 5th goal.
McCartney's logged a lot of minutes here tonight. Rallies this one in and will bounce out of play. So inside of 5 minutes, Miami's going to have a winning non-conference record. One more chance here. Gallagher already has 2 goals. Alarcon a goal and an own goal. have accounted for the 4 Miami goals. Corner came in low, and nearly getting to that one was Landers.
Really good ball in with the pace and how it's driven into a dangerous area. And as Landers squeaks away from her matchup, Curran does just enough to get off her line really quickly, make herself big, and denying the Canes their 5th goal this evening.
Foley will clear that one, relieving some of the pressure. Kern will scoop it up with just over 3 minutes to play. Southeast Louisiana will stay here in South Florida. They will take on FIU over the weekend. So they'll have a quick recovery.
It's a long road trip for the Lions here. Now mentally, what does the reaction look like for Nathan Gillespie's girls? Thought they were going to claw themselves back into this game when they get that equalizer. But since then, never really seemed the same.
Always talk about those first 4 minutes coming out of the locker room after halftime. And it was 30 seconds into the second half when Miami scored and broke the tie.
It's the first couple minutes and the last couple minutes of each half that are just so crucial to the game. Players not mentally tuned in, not up to speed, still think that they're in the locker room. Take a little bit to play themselves into the game. And you don't have that luxury at this level.
Juranovic into the box, getting to her right foot, and lets it fly, deflected away by Curran. That was nicely done. Juranovic, a freshman from Maine.
Does very well. Drops her shoulder to create a little bit of space centrally. Right footer playing the left-hand side, so always when it comes into the inside, but that is some save. That is a fantastic save from Curran. Makes herself big, the right arm coming across to push it wider for a post. It's a highlight reel one for the goalkeeper.
Another corner kick for Miami. They're in the final 90 seconds in Coral Gables. It's been a hurricane party tonight. Final minute of play. 4 goals for Miami, 1 own goal in the game. Gallagher collects 2 goals for Miami. Alarcon also records her first goal. This one gets redirected, and Curran pounces on that in the final 20 seconds. Hurricane fans rejoicing here at Cobb Stadium. Satisfied with a 4-1 win. Miami will have a winning non-conference record. They've won 3 in a row. Miami alive and kicking, going into conference play after a win with style and substance in Coral Gables. It's Miami 4-1 over Southeastern Louisiana.